Hi everybody, it's Patrick from Canusa Properties in Las Vegas. I'd like to talk to you about avoiding the pitfalls of rent-to-own home ownership. Rent-to-own, also called a lease option or an option to purchase, works like this. You sign two documents. The first one is your regular lease or rental agreement for the home, and it is set for a period of time. The second document is an option to buy that home. It's a contract. And that gives you the option at any time from when that paper is signed to the end of your rental term that you have the ability to go and buy that home for usually a preset price or whatever you have negotiated as far as price is concerned. To get the option to purchase, you have to put down a sizable non-refundable option fee, usually in the thousands of dollars, depending on the value of the house. Quite often, the landlord will also give you rent credits towards your purchase if you end up buying the home. At the end of the term, if all goes well and you have improved your credit rating, you get a bank loan or have other private funding arranged so that you can fulfill your option and buy the house from the landlord. Your option fee and your rent credits are credited towards your purchase. Now, if you do not buy the house at the end of the term, you lose your option fee and your rent credits. Rent to own is generally a great way to buy a home for your family, especially in this tough economic recession that we're going through. I think Donald Trump is the only person the banks are lending to these days. uh, with the banks not wanting to lend, it is making owner financing and rent-to-own programs very popular again. In the 80s, they were really popular when the banks were charging upwards of 18 to 20% interest for a mortgage, and people just couldn't afford it. Now people can afford it, but the banks are not lending. But with anything that is good, there is bad things, and there are some shady characters out there who do not have your best intentions in mind when it comes to lease options. These bad apples would prefer that you do not or cannot end up buying the house. This way, they get to do another lease option with another potential buyer and collect his lucrative option fee money again, and the landlord still owns the house. And that leaves you, if you get caught up in that scenario, with nothing to show for your efforts. And you'd be no better off than if you're just renting the house. So I put together a report called 8 Simple Steps to Keeping Your Rent-to-Own Home. You see, only about 25% of folks that rent a house with an option to buy or rent to own actually end up keeping that house when the rental term is over, and they lose all that option fee and rent credits that have built up over time. But following my 8 simple steps to keeping your rent-to-own home, you should be able to end up owning that house and not waste thousands of your hard-earned dollars. To view the report, please visit my website at www.homebyeasy.com. Thank you till next time.